There are 3 qualities that make somebody a world-class CEO. 2 of them are teachable. 1 of them is something you're born with or you're not. Fortunately, if you're not born with it, you can still build around it, and I'll show you how. The dirty little secret is that you can will success into existence up to 4, 5, 6, maybe even 8 employees. And the things that got you there won't get you to the next level. I've built a company from 0 to 80 employees. I've interviewed hundreds of CEOs to go through their experience on how they built their companies. And I've taken all of that knowledge and condensed it down to the 3 traits that are common in every single successful CEO. Trait number 1, to kick it off, is character. Warren Buffett said, in looking for people to hire, look for 3 qualities: integrity, intelligence, and energy. And if they don't have the first, the other 2 will kill you. The reason this one gets first position is because if it's missing, then nothing else matters. If you have somebody that's ultra ambitious or somebody that's ultra intelligent, the ability to follow through, to stick with their word, to do what they say when they say they're going to do it, then just like Warren Buffett said, nothing else matters. There's a common commiseration amongst CEOs. When they get together, they always say, man, I just never realized how lonely this was going to be. Being a CEO tests every part of your character. It tests your willpower, your integrity, your optimism. Nothing else hits like being a CEO. The amount of anxiety that you have to go through, the opportunities that you have to be dishonest, to take a little bit from an employee or from a vendor or from a customer, are unbelievable. Character is felt by every member of your team. There's nothing that you can do or say to fake character. If you don't have it, it's eventually going to show up and your team's going to find out, and they're going to lose confidence and lose trust in you. And your closest people, your best performers, are going to leave, and you'll be stuck with your B and C players, and that will kill your company. Fortunately, this one is learnable. If you're watching this video, it means that you're a teachable person, and because of that, you can develop character. One of the little exercises I started doing when I was an early CEO was asking myself every night, was I perfectly honest today? Now it's really easy to say, yeah, I was honest, directionally accurate. I may have exaggerated a couple of things, but for the most part, I didn't do anything egregious. But to ask yourself, was I perfectly honest today? And give yourself that answer every single day. It took me to a new level of character where my actions had to match and had to be aligned with what my words were and what I felt inside. And I think the hardest part of integrity is this duality that exists, the dichotomy of needing to have deep empathy, but also have a killer instinct. So here are a couple of tests. 1 for integrity. Do you follow through on what you say you're gonna do? Do you communicate fearlessly? When something needs to be said, do you say it? Do you let half-truths remain spoken and not fill in the gaps? Another is emotional mastery. Are you ruled by fear or jealousy or pride? Or are you able to set those aside and allow faith and humility and quiet confidence to govern your actions and your decision making? Character of the CEO is the main thing I look for when I invest in businesses, because I know if that's missing, nothing else is going to matter. All right, number 2 is the ability to recruit, align, and coach people. And what I love about this is it's 100% coachable. I sucked so bad when I first hired. I hired somebody, they quit like 2 weeks later. I hired somebody else, I fired them like 2 weeks later. I was not good at it. Fortunately, there's a process to get good at this. This is a skill that you can develop. Let's start with recruiting. Are you able to find A players 90% of the time or above? An A player is somebody that's the top 10% in the talent pool for the pay price for the job that you need to be done. Next is aligning. Once you have your team of A players, are you able to get them to all row in the same direction? Are you able to evangelize the vision and then create KPIs and metrics and a scoreboard for them so that you can say, here's where we're going, but here's what I need you to do today. Great CEOs are phenomenal at setting a long-term vision and then demanding incremental steps, 20-mile marches every single day, whether it's rain or shine, to get to that vision. And then lastly is coaching. Once you've recruited A players and they're aligned, all rowing in the same direction, can you coach them? The test for this is when you sit down with them, what % of the time in your one-on-ones are you speaking versus them? If you're speaking more than 15 or 20% of the time, then you're not coaching them. People are best convinced of ideas that they themselves come up with. So when you're coaching them, you're there to keep them accountable, to re-engage their motivation, help them realize why they're doing what they're doing, to evangelize the vision. Be astounded at the amount of times that people have the solution to their own problems. It just needs to be coaxed and teased out of them. That kind of leadership is what ingratiates your people to you. So your best people, your top performers, stay. All right, number 3. This is one that is not easily learned. You can build this muscle, but people are usually born with it or born without it. And it is being intuitively strategic. Another way to word it is street smarts. Those people that can smell danger or see a good opportunity and go after it quickly. These are the risk takers. They can see the changes in the markets. They can talk to the customers. They can talk to their employees and take all of these data points in and create a very strategic approach to whatever the problem is. I see this skill set most in people born into highly dysfunctional families, where they just had to figure it out from a really young age because there's no other choice. If you weren't born with this, if you didn't develop this skill set at a very young age, please do not sell yourself short by thinking, I can't be a great CEO because I don't have this. That's not true. For CEOs that don't have this skill set, it just means they need to over-index on the team they surround themselves with. So as you're hiring your team, bringing on your COO, your CTO, find those people that are intuitively strategic. Then you can focus on what your skill set is, take all of the information, all of that data, and then make the best decision going forward. Do not sell yourself short. The solution is to build around that weakness. Find the team members, the executives that are intuitively strategic, and then get into a meeting and tease that strategy out of them. You just have to be decisive at the end of the day to listen to all of the input and then choose a strategy that you feel is best. At around 8 or 9 employees, the game starts to change. You can no longer will success into existence. That brute force mentality only works for the first few employees and the first few customers. After that, it's your character, your ability to recruit, align, and coach people, and either being intuitively strategic or building a team of people that are, that's going to make the difference.